So, again, is that part of the year when we start a very robust conversation about our budget process. As aware, the National Assembly and the Committee of Budget and Appropriations Committee is going around the country collecting views on how the budget should look like for financial year 24-25, as submitted by National Treasury on the 30th of April. But at the same time, we had now the tax proposals, the tax measures that are supposed to bridge in the gap for revenue. And the projection here is to reduce expenditure as a percentage of our GDP to 2.9%, down from where we were at 6.9% a year, 2 years ago. And there's a raft of measures. There's some that, of course, we are from tomorrow. We are doing an advert on all our papers to invite members of the public to give us their views on this. So, and then once we'll give them a window of 2 weeks. So today we're able to convince the House to help us reduce the publication period of the bill from 7 days to 4 days. And that means now we have more room, or we have more time to do public participation. Because the essence of lawmaking and the drafters of our constitution was to make sure we have a very robust conversation about our taxes, about our budget, about our revenue, and how we are running the country. So some of the proposals are contained in the bill is that, remember, there was introduction of NHIF, a social protection fund, and affordable housing. And part of the proposal is to exempt them from pay. And this also includes payment for pension and especially and also for post-medical insurance cover. So that the proposal is to exempt those ones from paying. And the objective here is to increase the disposable income available, especially to the salaried people, because we've had quite a raft of measures around the payslip, and therefore we need now to at least give back and make sure that we try to increase the disposable income of employees by making these statutory deductions tax allowable for pay as you earn. There has been a lot of tax expenditures around exemptions. So the bill proposes to move very many items that were previously zero rated to tax exempt. And this will save, we spend around 293 billion shillings every year on tax expenditure. And now the impact assessment of this is that this is not necessarily transferred to the value of the consumers. And so that is why there's a raft of proposals now to delete all this from zero rate and now make them exempt. Of course, now and that also includes moving bread from zero rated to vatable. I think bread is moving to be a VAT. But I think a robust conversation we need to have is on motor circulation tax. And we welcome members of the public on their views about this. So the import of course is not just to generate revenue, but also take care of remissions. Something else that you'll see coming up a lot in the next few days is eco tax. So eco tax is introducing a tax on you see you see a lot of especially electronic wastes, whether it is television sets or phones and you find once they depreciate or once they have overstretched their use, then they get dumped into our rivers and then end up into it. So the whole electronic waste, in terms of now curbing that, is because we have to buy these electronic devices, we have to buy some of these plastic items, but we need to take care of how we make sure that we ring-fence that to take care of the environment through recycling and reuse, and therefore you'll see the introduction of that eco tax. We are also relooking about the matter around SCZs and looking about how do we again manage that space. In terms of trying to grow our value chain, we saw what the introduction of export development, investment promotion levy did to, for example, imported furniture. the introduction of tax on imported furniture has led to increase in the number of factories present in Kenya on local manufacture, on local manufacture of furniture. So that has created jobs, around that sector. It has generated revenue, and it has also reduced the amount of furniture we are importing from other countries. And so the next frontier that the bill contains is on edible oils. So that we have farmers, whether it is in Siaya or across the country, who are growing sunflower and all these other plants that are used that should be used to make cooking oil. But of course, because it's the manufacturers now would rather import, the crude oil and either repackage or import the intermediate oil and just do some little value addition. So we are trying now to discourage that, to at least make sure that there is more, that we give more income to our farmers by making sure that we improve on manufacturing around the area of edible oils. And so all these raft of measures hopefully will go a long way into financing our budget. And maybe my last comment will be, as we debate about the tax raising measures or about the revenue raising measures, let's have the same conversation about our budget. Because Kenyans really like the debate about taxes and about revenue. And these discussions are had with very heavy emotions, and of course understandably so, because the pinch is felt on all of us, whether it's on our pay slip, whether it is on our consumables when you're going to pay something.